Ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go fishing. I'm on a mission. It's so pretty, I'd sure hate to waste this chance. We'll find a shady little spot, not too cool, not too high. Perfect for a little fishing and romance. Oh yes. Nothing so inviting, nothing quite as exciting as a little fishing when they're biting. Let's go fishing.
We're going to do a little crappie fishing this morning. Before we do that, we're going to try to catch some bass. We got a couple dozen shiners, and you can catch bass, but you got to scale everything down. I got my Mafia 8-foot rod here. I got 6-pound test line on it, and we're going to use crappie hooks for the bass, but everything's got to be scaled down because the water's like 51 degrees, it's 49 degrees now. But yeah, we're going to use the ultralights, which I like this smaller Mafia rod. Also, when we're done with that, we're going to go and we're going to go over here and we're going to push. I'll show you what I'm pushing with. I'm pushing with these Muck City cane poles, guys, and I really like them too. They're a lot more stout than the other poles, I think. This is just my opinion, though. These are a lot more stout, and they're just a good rod. I mean, you know. And the flexibility, when you pull one in, it's got enough backbone, you can just swing it right toward you and it comes right at you. But yeah, if you're down here, stop in and pick you up a couple of these Muck City cane poles, guys. But I'll show you also, hang with me now. Also, I'll show you what we're going to be using. People say, well, what in the world, why are you using that much? Why are you using that lot of line? Guys, we're going to be using 6-pound test. I use Triling, but this is fine. Suffix is fine. When you get that light line, 4 and 6-pound test, guys, right there. Everybody talks about chatterbaits, they talk about jigs, they talk about spinner baits. If you're going to use artificial right now, you want to use a shaky head, 10-inch trick worm, a wacky worm, or a fluke. Forget about them big baits, guys. They're not on that. You got to scale the baits down and scale your line down. You're going to lose a few, but you're going to catch more fish. And we're going to use a real small. Let's see which one we got here. We're going to use these small floats, guys. This morning with the shiners again. We use these small floats. And right over here, I know you're going to laugh, but we're going to use crappie hooks, guys. You know, because I don't want no weight on that line. I want that shiner just look as natural as possible. So, and we're not going to use split shots. We're going to use crappie hooks. The bigger ones, but we're going to use crappie hooks where everybody says, well, you got to use them 2-aught, 3-aught. No. You'll see this morning, you can catch them on these crappie hooks. You just can't, you don't jerk them like you do if you're jerking the bottom out. You just kind of barely pick up on it and twitch it, and you'll hook them. And they're always, 90% of the time, they're hooked right straight top of the mouth, these smaller hooks. So, that being said, we're going to go out and we're going to fish for bass first, and then we're going to switch around, do a little pushing for crappie and trolling for crappie and see how we do. Okay, guys, when you see them, we're going to be pulling in a 10-pound bass. I'm on them. Yeah, we're starting out this morning, guys, shiner fishing, see how we do. Morning, y'all. Got light line, 6-pound test. We got a couple dozen shiners, and we're going to do a little bit of this, and we're going to run on up the river here in a minute. And if we don't do any good bass, then we're going to try a little bit of crappie'n, guys, specking, or whatever you want to call them. If you're from the north, the south, the east, or whatever. So we're going to try to catch a couple bass here. Well, we run up the river there and turned into a little canal there, and put out some shiners, and John started catching them, but we had to be real careful because, like I said, was using ultralights, using the Mafia crappie rods, and using 4 and 6 pound tests, and it worked. I mean, and that's like using a crappie hook. You know, we're using a big crappie hook, and that's just a fun way of catching them, guys. It really is. You know, you always hear about 20-pound test this and 65-pound test that down here. Now, you know, I like catching them, and John does too. I mean, you can see he's putting them in the boat. You know, so yeah, the bass were still biting. I mean, the cold weather just, you know, the bass will still bite. You just got to scale down everything. Fish on, guys. Fish on. Fish on. The water temperature, I think, was 59 or 58 right there or something. But then when we went back out, it was up 61. So it come up a couple of degrees. Now that's a surface temperature, you know what I'm saying, on the river. I don't know what it is on the lake, but this is on the river, and that's a surface temperature, you know. So. They were fat. I mean, the bass were really fat. I mean, they put on the feed sack. I mean, they've been eating something. We've seen some shad flipping right here, so that's probably what they're working on.
I'm fine. You going deep water? He's running. That's a big one, okay? Easy now, 6 pound test. Just hold it steady.
That's a good hook set. I mean, see how he got down and waited till the line or the pole kind of loaded up a little bit? That's what you got to do on ultralights, you know. Tried to get him to hold that pole right straight in the air so we could get some jumping going on, but yeah, they didn't jump too much. They just bored down, you know, like an old catfish. But they were bass.
Pull by the same time. There you go. All right, now you got him out here. Just take it easy now.
I'm trying to hold that pole on up, but I don't want to break it, right?
Yeah. This one's fighting good, but like I said, you gotta enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta take your time and enjoy it. Yeah. Just take
Fish on, guys. Fish on.
Who says they won't hit in 40-degree water? Look at the belly on it. They were really heavy.
Yeah, guys. Here we go. A couple pounds. I'll take him all day, won't you?
Uh-oh.
I was reading somewhere where they said, which I always thought this, and they said, you know, if you catch a fish in a school there, whether it's bass or crappie or bluegill, you shouldn't throw them right back into where you're fishing, which makes sense if they get down there and they put off something. They put off like a vibration or an odor from their butt that they're in stress, you know what I'm saying? And the other fish hook pick it up, which makes a lot of sense. Especially crappie, because you know they're kind of a school thing going on. The crappie do. You know, instead of throwing them right back where you was fishing, you need to pitch them out a little bit, I guess.
Okay.
We was using the Mafia rods here, the ultralights. I'm going to say the 6-footers. And was using the Shimano ultralight reels, And I use 6-pound test trilene and 4-pound test trilene, but you can use any kind of, when you get that light line like that, you know, you can use anything, this light, you know. But I like the XL because it's limp and it's just, I don't know, I just always used it. Even when I was a kid, I used it. You know, I started out using Stren, and then I switched over to trilene, Berkeley trilene.
Action, action, guys, action, action. Is it a bass? Yeah.
We used a crappie net. I told him, I said, we get a 7 or 8 pounder on it. I said, we're probably going to be in trouble. But luckily, we didn't get a big one on. We just caught some nice ones. There's another nice one. You can see we got the bait there at Garrett's Tackle, and it was good bait too. You know what I'm saying? It was really good bait.
Fish on, guys, fish on.
I hooked him in the mouth too.
Yep, that's good. That's good. Hold that post right there, and you're good shit.
John was handling them. Like I said, John was handling that ultralight and that real light line. I mean, he's an avid angler. I mean, he fishes. He's got a pond behind his house. It's got it's over an acre, and he's got all kind of fish in it. And so he's no stranger to light line and light poles, and you know, and he fishes the small lakes in the tri-state area back there for brim, and you know, so he knew what he was doing. So we finished up there, and we went back out and hit the river, and up the river we went, and I couldn't believe how many people was on the river on both sides. I mean, it just boo-coos up. But you know, I think back, you know, February was always a very I mean, January it starts after the holidays down here, but February is always a lot of people. And like the last 2 weeks of February, I mean, this place down here is really loaded with anglers. So we got the rods out and started pushing. You know, just started pushing up the river, and we just pulled over and just started pushing. Guys, there's the angler. You get a chance, pick one up and read it. There's some good articles in there, guys, really good articles. And it don't cost you anything, just any of your sports shops carries it. You know, that Angler is a good magazine, guys. It's very informational about our area here, especially in South Florida. You can see the wind's hardly blowing, and we didn't get on the crappie thing till about 8:30, in which, again, even the crappie bite's pretty important. That first 2 hours a day after daylight, it's pretty important, you know. Fish on, guys, fish on.
Yeah, tell Billy, throw them ones way up there, you know.
They were pretty good size, and if you watch John's not real good with the cane pole yet. You see where when he starts to set the hook on him, he reaches up there halfway up the cane pole, and then he loses all that you know, that leverage there. When you set the hook, you grab a hold of the back of it, and you bring it right straight up, and you swing it right back towards you. The next one I'll show you what he's talking about. But you know, it's the first time he ever done it. You know, he didn't. You know, he's using it. You can see the size of the crappie we're catching. The specks. I mean, they're really nice size. I mean, guys, even though we went out yesterday and caught 17. You know, and they were all pretty nice. I mean, even the ones just over 10 inches are fat. You know, they got some good feed from somewhere. I mean, the crappie are feeding good. The water's crystal clear. I mean, it really is. It just. So I want you to watch real close how, you know, I don't catch them when they're out there. Watch real close where he goes up on okay, now he sets the hook. Now watch where he grabs it. He takes his hand up the, look here how far he goes up the rod. You know, when he loses that leverage. You gotta grab it back. See how much the pole's back here? You don't do that. You just keep your hands back here in the back. That keeps them up in the air, you know, so. Yes, we caught some nice ones today. I mean, they were dandies.
Sorry, Red. I'm sorry, Billy. You guys can't come down here and do that with me. Hey, you sit still. I'm gonna do something for you.
He's headed back. He's going out with Danny in the morning, and they're going. I think they're going to Garcia. John is, and this is the third day he was with me, and we got him a pretty good mess of fish. Now he'll go with Danny too tomorrow and get another mess. So he's got a pretty good bunch of specs to take back to West Virginia with him. Everything back here still froze up. We're getting in close to the end of February, so things are, you know, country's going to start thawing back out. I listened when we set the hook, and I asked him, I said, you want me to grab the net? Nah, that's good. Watch. He breaks the line right there. They were big. That was a kind of a learning experience for both of us. You know, I mean, you have to grab the net no matter what. I mean, they were pretty good size. I mean, you know, pound and a half, you know, pretty nice ones. But we had 3 good days. Me and John had 3 good days, caught a bunch of fish, and his weather was just perfect for him. And yeah, see how far he's up on the cane pole there? Now he's grabbing the line, you know what I mean? And that's all right. Live and learn. You keep your hands back to the end of it, and then you just swing. You pick it right straight up, and you swing that thing back to you. You know what I'm saying? And it'll, you know, it's all in one. When you get one on, it's all in one swing after you get on the cane pole. But yeah, we caught some nice fish. Caught a nice mess today too, guys. Again, thank goodness for Live Target. We found them with Live Target. We found the bass with Live Target too. I didn't know they'd be in there or not, and then we found that we started up the river and found the crappie with the Live Target. I think this one was big old gar. We broke off on. Yeah, the gars can be really a pain. I mean, you know, gars and big catfish, they grab on, they go from one side to the other and get the lines all tangled up. The best thing to do is just bring them in and snap the line, you know, right? Just jerk it and snap the line on them, because if you don't, you're going to have the lines all tangled up when they're that close. Even a big catfish like that, you know, if you get it up, if it's pretty good size, you want to snap that line so they don't get them all tangled up. We're looking at the chart there, or the Live Target. We were in about 12 foot of water. 10, 12 foot of water, and they were suspended up about 8 foot. Now we went up the river and put the trolling rods out. Okay, now this is about 11 o'clock, and you know, usually the bite's about done by then anyway. But we trolled up and down several times, and we never even got a bump, not a hit, trolling. So that don't mean you're not hitting trolling. You know what I'm saying? You go up there and early in the morning, right at daylight, and start trolling, you could probably catch them. But right now they wasn't just, you know, in the middle of the day like that, they wasn't jumping on the bait.
as the water warms up a little bit, we go on into the end of February, into March. This trolling bite's going to turn back on. I'm telling you right now, it's going to turn back on. That's just my opinion. But when that water gets up into the 70s, gets back up in the 70s and 80s, it's going to turn back on. But when that happens, though, most of the time, when it turns back on, I know last couple of years, I mean, March and April were fantastic, but everybody's gone. Everybody's gone, guys. And it's all left to me. Yeah, we're having a good time, guys. Real good time. Weather was beautiful today again, like it has been. I always tell everybody, South Florida, from about the 1st of November till about the 1st of April, it's like the month of October down here, because the nights get cool and the days get warm, It's just like an October up north, But then after that, now it gets pretty hot down here. Yeah, we cranked up the big motor and went up there above the weirs and fished a little bit, but we didn't do any good. I mean, but I went up there and looked. I never seen the like of boats up there. There were boats everywhere up there above them weirs. I've seen some people trolling, I've seen some people pushing, and some people were just sitting there, cutting minis out with bobbins. There's just people everywhere up here. Again, this time of the month, okay, we're about to go on February. Now until the end of February, it gets crazy down here fishing. We troll from the front of the boat, I put the out from the front of the boat there, and we just doing good. Then I looked at the fish. Man, they were right on bottom. Talked to a couple guys. We talked to some guys there. They had 12. They had a dozen there, which is pretty good, really, because it's been tough. This cold weather has got them kind of tough, but you can still catch them. I mean, even though it's cold like that, you can still catch crappie. You just gotta scale everything down, like I always say. But you're not going to catch 100 of them. But each day it's supposed to keep getting warmer, and each day it's going to get better. Now I did talk to a guy here who lives beside me. He went out there around Buckhead somewhere, and he got his limit in about 2 hours out there jigging. So that's a good thing too. That show more of them coming in from the lake. But yeah, he was jigging out there in a reed somewhere. I expect they're jigging. The water's so shallow; it's only about 1.5 feet deep if you go back in, towards the bank. But I think they're fishing, or they're catching them out there and on the edge of the lake reeds. Reeds out, farther out. We were talking. I'll tell you, you go through the cut. You go out of the river there and go through the cut, like if you're going down to Buckhead or Tin House or 4 Point or down that Indian Prairie down that way. You need to be careful. You need to really be careful, because it's really getting low. And I talked to, who was it? My neighbor over here. He bumped a couple times going out of there. He felt the motor just kind of touch a couple times. And that's not sand. That's stone all the way out through there. Because if you hit it, you're going to be like a couple other Monday. They took a lower unit clear off their motor, so you got to be really careful, guys. Really careful when that water's low like that. It can just, ruin your day or even ruin your trip. But if you tear up your motor, I think we're talking about big fish right there. Yeah, again, old John, he's probably one of the best muskie fishermen I know as far as in the north. He just got that act for it. He's done it all his life, and he knows what he's doing. He took a couple of my buddies out, Billy, Starkey, and Red, and he kind of showed them how to do it too back home there. Because they used to go with me on trips. I did hire me to take them on trips. But John there kind of took Billy and Red underneath his wing here and kind of showed them how to do it.